Today, anyone arriving in Vinadio is impressed by the imposing bulk of its Albertinian fortress, which characterises a large part of the historic centre of this town. King Charles Emmanuel III had already thought of strengthening the defence system of the Stoura Valley in 1744 during the war against the Franco-Spaniards, but it was only at the end of the century that the final decision was made, and King Charles Albert chose Vinadio as a strategic location to be fortified. The barrage was not only used both to defend and control the transit along the Stoura Valley, but also along other side valleys connecting Italy to France. It was designed by the engineer named Barabino, with interventions of two other engineers, Mr. Chiodo and Mr. Racchia. Even the parish church, dedicated to San Fiorenzo, risked being demolished, and it was only spared thanks to the intervention of the sovereign himself. Today, in its right aisle, we can still see a plaque which was placed there as a memorial and thanksgiving. Nevertheless, as many as 42 houses, as well as the cemetery and the confraternity of St. Anne, were sacrificed. The construction of the fortress started on the 24th of August 1834 and went on until 1847. It was indeed a construction site of gigantic proportions, as it employed up to 4,000 people, mainly from the Biella and Bergamo areas. The final result of this massive work is a fortress that today is considered one of the best examples of engineering and military technique, and which is second only to the Fenestrelle fort in Piedmont. The overall length of the walls is about 1,200 metres, and in some places the height exceeds 18 metres, with a thickness of 2 metres at the base. It must be said that the gigantic complex was never the scene of any major war event. By the time the building was completed, the enemy front had moved towards Austria. The subsequent political events led the Savoy Kingdom to sign an alliance with the French, and as a consequence of this, the fortress was not armed. In 1862, it was used as a prison for the Garibaldinians, who had been stopped on the Aspromonte to prevent them from marching on Rome. In 1939, the fortress was partly reactivated as a barrage at the bottom of the valley.